Liverpool's transformation under Arne Slot has already delivered its fair share of surprises, but the story of the season may be yet to come. After a whirlwind summer that saw blockbuster arrivals and painful farewells, the Reds are once again bracing for upheaval. The January transfer window is just a few months away, and all eyes are now on a potential departure that could shake the very foundations of Slot's new-look squad. Rumours are gathering pace that one of Anfield's most important figures could be moved on, and if the whispers prove true, it would mark another seismic chapter in Liverpool's ongoing rebuild. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Hugo Ekitike has given his reaction to Alexander Isak providing competition for places at Liverpool, with a record signing expected to take Ekitike's place up front. Liverpool's new French attacker has had a brilliant start to his Reds career, scoring in each of his first 3 games, including the Community Shield. His link-up play and clinical finishing have impressed supporters who are already singing his name to the tune of the conga on the Kop. The 23-year-old starting place will now come under threat though due to the arrival of record signing Isak. Once fully fit, Liverpool's new number 9 is expected to be a mainstay through the middle and would reduce Ekitike's game time. The young forward is taking the competition for places in his stride though, saying, "It's fun. When you play for the best teams, you expect to be competing with the best players." Isak is a player I've watched too, so seeing him arrive is a pleasure. It's going to be tough competition, but I'm going to focus on performing well, so that is a problem for the manager. While Ekitike has proved a threat up front so far, he could also play off the left, with Cody Gakpo currently only rivaled by 17-year-old Rio Ngumoha in that position. "Obviously my life has changed," Ekitike added, after making his debut for France. "It's a big move to Liverpool and I'm watched 1,000 times more, but I'm taking it positively. It's really good. It's the position I wanted to be in." When you have this kind of standard, you have to show that you belong here and you have to continue to perform, but it's a position that I like and that I want to keep. Ekitike faces stiff competition on the international stage too, with Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, Michael Olise, Desire Doué, and Bradley Barcola all available to manager Didier Deschamps. France's next match is on Tuesday evening, away against Iceland, and Ekitike is on the right path, having made his debut with a 9-minute cameo in their recent 2-0 win over Ukraine. The young attacker continued, "It's a real pleasure to be a part of this group of French attackers, knowing their quality. I'm taking it as a learning experience because they are players who have more experience than me in the national team. We don't have much time to connect, but it's a real pleasure to be with them. We have to rise to their level." Now, in a huge January departure, Liverpool fans are demanding decisive action after Ibrahima Konate's latest comments reignited speculation over a potential move to Real Madrid. This summer has already been one of sweeping change at Anfield. Arne Slot's arrival brought a reshaped squad with blockbuster arrivals and painful departures. The Reds smashed the British transfer record to land Alexander Isak, added creative spark in Florian Wirtz, and bolstered their attack with Hugo Ekitike. Yet Luis Diaz, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Darwin Núñez all headed for the exit doors in a dramatic exodus, and another high-profile departure could soon follow. According to sources, Liverpool are prepared to listen to offers for Konate in January, a decision that feels increasingly likely after his eyebrow-raising interview with French outlet Telefoot. The centre-back joked that Kylian Mbappe calls him every 2 hours, urging him to join Real Madrid. When pressed on whether he speaks Spanish, Konate quipped no, a remark that drew comparisons to Trent Alexander. Stunning Spanish-speaking reveal during his Madrid unveiling earlier this summer. Since arriving from RB Leipzig in 2021, Konate has racked up 136 appearances for Liverpool, but his future is clouded with uncertainty. His current contract is winding down, talks over a new deal have stalled, and Real Madrid are circling, ready to negotiate terms in January. Liverpool, meanwhile, are wary of losing him for nothing next summer after already failing to land Marc Guehi on deadline day. That pursuit is expected to reignite in the winter window, potentially clearing the path for Konate's exit. For many supporters, patience has run out. His casual remarks about Madrid have been viewed as a betrayal, with calls growing louder for the club to cut ties. One fan bluntly demanded, "Sell him in January." Another was equally forthright. This is even more obvious than Trent. Get him gone in January and get Guehi in. The message from the stands is clear. Liverpool fans won't tolerate uncertainty, and unless Konate commits, they'd rather see him moved on. In other news, Liverpool won't pursue a transfer for Mark Guehi in January, but will wait until next summer, prominent Merseyside journalists have reported. Following Liverpool's collapsed attempt to sign Guehi from Crystal Palace, some fans expected the Reds to go back in for him in January. However, the Times' Paul Joyce wrote, Liverpool will not revisit their interest in Mark Guehi in January and would only now sign the Crystal Palace centre-back on a free transfer next summer, while interest from other further parties could theoretically get in the way. Man City, Juventus and Barcelona have all been mentioned. The Telegraph's Chris Bascom reported that Liverpool see the referencing of other clubs as a bluff to bring them back to the table on January 1st. With the 25-year-old's contract expiring at the end of the season, it makes sense that Liverpool would wait to bring him in, rather than spend a considerable sum in the January transfer window. However, many would argue Liverpool could do with Guehi in the squad now, given Joe Gomez's poor injury record and Giovanni Leone's inexperience leave the Reds with just two regular centre-halves. Bascom added, Guehi would have been a replacement for Gomez rather than Ibrahima Konate, although the French defender finds himself in an identical position to the Palace skipper. Now in the final year of his deal, Liverpool's bid for Guehi of £35 million plus a 10% sell-on clause had been accepted by Crystal Palace on deadline day, but the Eagles went back on their agreement upon being unable to secure a replacement for Guehi in the market. Chairman Steve Parish decided to pull the plug, with manager Oliver Glasner reportedly threatening to resign if Guehi was sold, having repeatedly said in the press that his captain would have to remain at Selhurst Park. Leone is yet to feature for Slot's side and was left out of the squad for the 1-0 win over Arsenal, but he is considered a genuine first-team option and will be expected to provide competition to the established order as the season goes on. With Gomez denied a move to AC Milan on deadline day as there was deemed not enough time to finalise, Slot could have been left to work with 5 senior centre-backs if Guehi had joined. The word luxury is clearly not a negative one, but the head coach may have found it trickier to keep all three of Guehi, Leone and Gomez happy behind the first-choice partnership of Van Dijk and Konate. Moreover, the Dutchman was already comfortable knowing that he may be required to turn to one of Wataru Endo, Ryan Gravenberch or Andy Robertson as centre-back options in an emergency. Liverpool's decision marks a bold shift in their transfer strategy. By refusing to spend big in January and instead waiting for Guehi's contract to run down, the Reds are showing confidence in their current defensive options while keeping a close eye on the long game. It's a gamble, with heavyweights like Man City, Juventus and Barcelona lurking, but Liverpool believe patience will ultimately pay off when it comes to securing one of England's most reliable defenders. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you, I'll see you in the next video.